Let's talk about renting a store. And renting a store is probably your least option in selling retail fireworks, especially when you're first starting out. Most states do not allow the sale of fireworks within a building. And if you're within a building, there are a whole host of regulations that make that building legal to sell out of. Sprinklers, entrances, exits can really be limiting in a building. Do your research to see if stores are an option for you to sell out of. A tent would be easier. A fireworks stand would be easier also than a building. The great thing about a building, though, the advantage of a building is you can lock it up and go home. The difference between a fireworks stand and a fireworks tent is you have to be there on site the entire time that the sale is going on. There are some companies that allow you to lock your fireworks up in a container, a storage container on site. Some local cities prohibit that because they want somebody on site. You get into an issue of loss prevention and having your fireworks stolen if you're not there to secure them. So really having a store is the most convenient way to sell fireworks, but it's probably the least option that you have. You know, I think thinking that having a store is more legitimate than having a fireworks stand or a tent is not necessarily the case. It's how you market yourself. Do you have the proper signage? Do you have knowledgeable employees? Are you selling at a competitive price for your current marketplace? Those are the things that are going to build your business as opposed to maybe having a store. Now, if you have a big giant superstore, that's a whole different conversation. We're kind of talking about getting started in the fireworks business. And I can tell you that if I'm operating a tent in a parking lot where there's a store, I'm going to do better than the store because I'm going to work harder and I'm going to have better marketing than that guy in the store. That's the competitive point in me. I'm just saying there's really no extra advantage of having a store other than some of the creature comforts of air conditioning and stuff for your customers. But you could beat them all day long having a tent in the parking lot with a great plan. Many times, most landlords that have a vacancy, they're trying to put a full-time tenant in that store. So you might be able to lease the store, but you're going to probably have to lease that store for 12 months, even though you might only be using it for 14 days out of the year. So what else are you going to do with that store for the 11 other months that you're not in there selling fireworks? It's one thing to consider about a store.